While the marshals of the army were trying to understand what was happening and what Lu Sheng was doing here, our boy gently descended to the ground in front of them. Everyone began to observe him in silence without saying a single word. Lu Sheng turned towards them, and his eyes began to shine with tranquility. With a cheerful tone, he asked if he could return to the Dragon Kingdom with them later. Our boy started walking towards them. The eyes of the marshal of the central district widened in surprise, and his attention fixed on Lu Sheng. He couldn't help but sweat, and with a trembling voice, he said that of course. The marshal's eyes began to shine with joy, and a smile spread across his face. They had been begging for 200 years without obtaining anything, and it turned out that the heavens had been preparing a great surprise for them. Lu Sheng was the wonder of the human world. They had won the lottery, and finally, after so much suffering, it was time to enjoy the sweetness. He took out his mobile phone, closed his eyes, and with a smile, he began to point at it with his finger, asking Lu Sheng to communicate with them. While they were conversing, someone wearing tattered clothes began walking toward them, catching Lu Sheng's attention. Upon hearing the voice, Lu Sheng's eyes widened with curiosity, making him turn around. The battlefield was filled with the corpses of warriors and martial saints who had dared to face Lu Sheng. Cumberland, who was injured, began to approach our boy. He placed his hand on his chest and, with a serious gaze, acknowledged that Lu Sheng but explained that if he took all the energy crystals, a great disaster would befall him, and even the entire planet could face destruction. He clenched his fist and asked our boy to think carefully about it. Instead of feeling fear, Lu Sheng's eyes filled with excitement. He turned toward Cumberland and, with a confident expression, revealed that his plan was to make the guide come looking for him, asking them not to worry since he was not going to involve anyone else. After saying this, Lu Sheng turned his back and began to converse with the marshals. Upon hearing what Lu Sheng planned to do, Cumberland's eyes filled with fear and his jaw dropped in surprise. According to him, Lu Sheng was a lunatic. His attention was fixed on Lu Sheng. He was speechless and, little by little, fear began to take control of his body. Many questions came to his mind. He did not know what Lu Sheng had planned to do or whether he intended to face the guides. Lu Sheng met with the marshals, and while the giant energy crystal was shining intensely, the powerful martial saints of the Island of 1,000 Saints approached the area. Everyone's gaze was fixed on Lu Sheng. They all watched in silence as Lu Sheng departed as if they were witnessing a true god. With a lost gaze, Lu Sheng began to observe the energy crystal in silence and sank into his thoughts. The greatness he had achieved at this moment was an unprecedented accomplishment in history. In the future, no one knew if anyone else would be able to surpass Lu Sheng. Several hours later, it began to get dark, and Lu Sheng arrived at the island's airport. A fighter jet descended, and our boy started walking toward it. While he was distracted, someone shouted his name. Upon hearing this, Lu Sheng's eyes widened with curiosity. He stopped walking and turned around. It was Fiona, with her eyes full of love and sadness. She placed her hands on her chest and began to contemplate our boy in silence. Seeing that it was Fiona, Lu Sheng turned his back on her and started walking toward the fighter jet. As Fiona approached, Lu Sheng began looking at the ground, and with a curious and nervous expression mentioned that he had not told her what his real name was. Lu Sheng turned his head, and while his eyes were shining with confidence, he began to observe her and with a smile said that his name was not important, asking her to forget about him. He got into the helicopter and revealed that he already had a fiancée. Fiona placed her hands on her chest and remained silent, not knowing what to do. Once Lu Sheng got on the helicopter, it took off and began to soar through the sky. The poor Fiona had no choice but to lift her head and watch as Lu Sheng left in silence, unable to do anything about it. Her eyes filled with sadness and tears, she began to cry, knowing that she would not find someone as strong and handsome as Lu Sheng. Just then, Cumberland appeared, placed his hand on her shoulder, and with a serious gaze mentioned that Lu Sheng was right, asking her to forget about him since Lu Sheng and she were not destined to be together. She grabbed her arm and began to gaze toward the ground, sunk in her thoughts. She started staring intently at Lu Sheng's helicopter, and her eyes began to shine with confidence and determination. She knew what she had to do now. Without wasting another second, she removed her father's HUD from her shoulder, turned her back on him, and started walking away. Cumberland's eyes widened in surprise and confusion. He reached out his hand and tried to stop his daughter, not knowing what she was planning to do. Marshal Saints, who had been beaten by Lu Sheng, appeared. The one wearing glasses extended his hands and, with a sad expression, informed Cumberland that Lu Sheng had taken all the energy crystals and asked what they should do now. The other Marshal Saint, who had a bump on his head, began to show a forced smile. Upon hearing their voice, Cumberland's attention fixed on them. He turned around and, with a serene gaze, began to ponder in silence. His eyes filled with rage, and with a furious gaze. He made it clear that there was nothing left to do. Now they could only wait for the arrival of the great guide so that Lu Sheng, who believed himself to be the pinnacle of humanity, would understand the true price of breaking the rules. He began to imagine the arrival of the guide, a being with 4 eyes, who started staring intently at Lu Sheng with a furious gaze. Feeling the pressure, Lu Sheng's eyes filled with fear, throwing him into panic. The eyes of one of the Marshal Saints filled with joy. He clenched his fist and felt happy, thinking that the great guide was going to help them teach the arrogant Lu Sheng a good lesson. The other Marshal Saint beside him became pleased and couldn't help but smile, believing that his friend was right. The man's eyes widened with malice and hope. He began to smile, saying that the guides were supreme and invincible beings, believing they were going to give Lu Sheng a good beating for breaking the rules. Cumberland extended his hand, and his attention focused on it, his eyes filled with confidence since once the guides arrived, Lu Sheng was going to die, knowing that no one could escape from the palm of the guides. At the same time, in the Eastern Military District, there was a large mansion. It was luxurious and had fountains as decoration. Inside the mansion, more precisely in the kitchen, was Lu Sheng's family. With a smile, the mother was preparing the dough, the father, who was smoking a cigarette, was also helping to make dumplings, while on the other side, the sister was massaging the mother's shoulders. Since then, Snowy, who was holding a tray with tea, opened the door and entered the kitchen. Her attention fixed on them and her eyes began to shine with joy upon realizing that they had worked very hard. She entered the kitchen and approached them. Seeing this, the mother's eyes filled with happiness. King clasped her hands, closed her eyes, and couldn't help but smile upon seeing that Sister Snowy had arrived. With a kind smile, the father thanked Snowy for bringing tea. King began to stretch her arms and, with a tired expression, told her mother that if they wanted to eat dumplings, they could let a chef make them. She didn't understand why her mother insisted so much on making them herself, explaining that homemade dumplings were not as delicious as those made by chefs. The mother's attention focused on King, and she couldn't help but smile. The father, who was smoking, started observing his daughter and with a smile explained that no matter how skilled a great chef was, the dumplings they made would never have the same taste as those of her mother, revealing that her mother's culinary talent was incomparable. Snowy's eyes filled with confusion, and instead of arguing, she remained silent. With a smile, the mother explained that it was not as exaggerated as the father said. She thought that it had been a long time since she last cooked, so she wanted to practice her skills. Otherwise, when Lu Sheng returned and wanted to eat, if she was out of practice, the food would not taste good. The father crossed his arms and with a confident smile said that he was only telling the truth. They both shared a loving hug. Hearing this, King felt somewhat confused but then thought that Lu Sheng was the most important. Her eyes widened with curiosity. She turned to Snowy and with a smile asked her when Lu Sheng would return. Remembering that more than a year had passed, Snowy placed the tea tray on the table and began observing her in silence, not knowing what to say. The mother clenched her fist and, with a sincere expression, admitted that it had been a long time since they had spoken with Lu Sheng. She wanted to know when our boy was going to return. Upon hearing the name Lu Sheng, the father's eyes widened with curiosity. Snowy approached the window and, with a sad gaze, began to observe the landscape, not knowing what to say to Lu Sheng's family. Seeing her expression, King also became sad. Just then, the phone she carried in the pocket of her skirt started vibrating. She took out the phone, and her eyes widened in surprise. She couldn't believe what her eyes were seeing. King's attention was fixed on her. She fell into confusion without knowing what was happening. Without saying a single word, Snowy turned her back on them and, with a confused expression, opened the door and started running outside. King's gaze and that of the others were fixed on her. They all became confused and felt somewhat worried about her. Snowy left the mansion, and her eyes filled with surprise. King and her mother also stepped out of the mansion. King was paralyzed. With a confused look, the mother asked why Snowy had suddenly run outside. Snowy's eyes began to shine with joy, and a tear appeared in them. Lu Sheng, who was wearing a marshal's uniform, appeared and with a confident smile announced his arrival. Upon seeing Lu Sheng, Snowy did not hesitate for even a second before starting to run toward him. She hugged him tightly and mentioned that she had been waiting for him for a long time. Lu Sheng's jacket fell to the ground. He didn't know what to say since all this time she had been working hard taking care of his parents. Lu Sheng hugged her and with a joyful smile told his mother and father that he had returned. The father closed his eyes and began to smile. With the mother's eyes filled with tears, she felt happy to see that her son had returned. King wiped the tear from her eye with her finger, and with a cheerful smile asked why Lu Sheng had taken so long to return and where her gift was. Night fell, and everyone entered the mansion. Lu Sheng and Snowy also helped make dumplings, and the family enjoyed a good gathering. The mother was preparing the dough, while on the other side, Lu Sheng and the others were making the balls. Lu Sheng's eyes began to shine with seriousness. He remained listening to his family's incessant conversations with an expression of firm clarity. Lu Sheng, an incomparable sword in this world, knew that his home was his sheath. The mansion's garden was beautiful. After eating, Lu Sheng and Snowy went out for a walk in the garden. The moon was shining high in the sky. With a loving gaze, Lu Sheng began to look into Snowy's eyes and mentioned that he remembered the time they had met. It had been around this time of year. Snowy approached him and, with a loving look, nodded her head. Lu Sheng hugged her by the waist, explaining that in a few days he was going to take his parents back to Bay, and after resolving some matters, he was going to go to her house. Lu Sheng approached her and, while blushing, mentioned that their matter should also be resolved. Having Lu Sheng so close, Snowy couldn't help but blush like a tomato. Under the moonlight and surrounded by beautiful flowers, Lu Sheng and Snowy shared a passionate kiss. In the conference room of the military department, all the marshals and high-ranking officers of the army gathered. When the screen began to show Lu Sheng's battle, everyone clenched their fists and praised Lu Sheng for being incredible. The marshal of the central district put his arms behind his back and, with a serene expression, announced that today was destined to be a day remembered by all compatriots of the nation of the dragon. A 200-year-old wish had been fulfilled, and furthermore, they had welcomed the god of the army, who had surpassed in strength all the martial saints of the Blue Star. He began to observe the others and explained that besides this great honor, there was another matter. The martial saint, Lu Sheng, had entrusted him with the task of promoting body refinement techniques throughout the entire army. Upon hearing this, the eyes of the other marshals widened in surprise and their jaws dropped. They did not know what body refinement technique Marshal Saint Lu Sheng wanted to promote or what kind of supreme art it was. This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part, then please subscribe to our channel and like the video.